It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets control the opening tip to Capella. Jay, what's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy, but also I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
First one, count it. Two for 2 on that trip. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Throws it up. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between 2 players. We call that an eyesight contract, because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
To Porter. Beyond the arc for 3. That's the length at his spot for Otto Porter. Man on him, he still buries it.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Ooh, Chris Paul. Missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
I got him.
Nice finish at the rim.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Here comes the screen. Harden to Paul. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
And scores. Strong take.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
It's James Harden once again to Paul. Probing the defense. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 of 4 now. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Paul into the front court. 5-point game. Oh, he blocked it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Levine. For 3. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Harden in possession. Down 8. Paul, his first effort, off the mark.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Now it's Harden at the controls. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Here's CP3. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 3 for 7.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in 3-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a 2-point shot relevant these days.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Harden in possession. trailing by 11. To Paul. Lauri Markkanen tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Paul to Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. James Harden dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. To Porter. Has a chance. Otto Porter. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Harden to Paul. Down low, Capella. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
It's going to be a long road back, I'm not going to lie to you. But it's only the first quarter, and that's exactly what you needed. You needed to see the ball go in a couple of times.
Lets it fly from long range. Tough shot for Markkanen. No good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
I got him.
Can't connect. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Markkanen slams it down. This is spiraling out of control.
And this is where you feel so bad for that assistant coach that had the defensive scouting report. You know he put in the time and effort to give you all the right tools to win this game. You've been caught out of position each and every time, which is the reason you're down.
Yeah, you don't want to make the boss unhappy. Ooh, Chris Paul. 4 out of 10.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle, oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Harden with the basketball. His guys currently down by 13. Oh, had him going there for a second. Chance for Paul. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Somehow finds a way to get it to go. Can't fault the D.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
It's Paul for 2. Doesn't get the bounce. To Markkanen. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Lauri Markkanen, huge block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. To Zach LaVine. Fires the 3. Zach LaVine, good on the quick release that time.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Fareed to Paul. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Clint Capella swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
The assist from number 24.
Now Paul with the basketball. Down a bundle to Harden. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Chance for Chris Paul. He's looking for that touch.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Zach LaVine doing what he does best.
A two-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Robin Lopez snatching it out of the air. That's his third block this evening. Otto Porter, that's now 4. He hasn't missed.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming. But it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Gerald Green to Paul. Tucker to Capella. Wide open look, won't go.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
To Porter. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Rockets have the ball.
Defense, let's go.
No good and no foul.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Oh, whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Entering the game for the Bulls. Number 32, Chris Dunn.
Deep right corner. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill, and you still knocked it down.
From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
On the follow, way to stay with it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Finally, I mean, finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Scores from the post.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
From the painted area, won't go down.
I agree, I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you, me and you. Match up, baby.
To Lopez. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Straight on three, at the buzzer. And so we're through one here at United Center with the Bulls on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Gordon with it. His guys down big. Nene with the dunk. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Going to launch beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Harden won't go down. To Levine. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Zach Levine forcing that one there. Well defended. Can't connect from inside. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Lopez.
Double.
Done. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Nothing going here on that drive. Robin Lopez pins it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Screen.
Harden. 4-3. Not that time. To Zach Levine. Trying to cash in. Shot no good there by Levine. Robin Lopez. He's 2 for 2 now.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Houston takes over, and too much contact.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Into the game.
You know what's coming. Go get it.
Substitutions, Chicago. Substitutions, Houston.
Paul goes to the right side. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Bulls have it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
Count the basket inside.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Now ready to shoot at the line. Kenneth Faried at the line for 2 shots. A career 65% free throw shooter. So he hits the first, misses the second. Here's a chance from long range. Well defended.
Knock that down.
Harden with it up top. He'll run the offense. No, I missed a short one there. Bulls have it.
Get your stance. He's coming. Get your stance.
To Porter. Beyond the arc for three. And out of Porter, so smooth. Catch and shoot, buries the three.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip. And when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lauri Markkanen. Paul to Harden. For three. That one off the mark. It's no good. Lets it fly from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Fires the three. It's good for three.
Shoot threes all day.
The assist from number 13. James Harden.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report.
The Bulls. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us. And see you again after the game.
Bulls with the rock. Gets to the basket and scores.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Great looking vision. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Harden goes to the left side. Paul off the iron. No good. Levine. Nice pass to set things up. Wendell Carter powers it through.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Off the assist.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To Wendell Carter. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
And he scores. Euro step into the rim, Jay.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
To Harden. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Harden. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
The great defenders, the ones that really earn their paycheck, or the ones that refuse to be screened. You stuck to that screen like Velcro.
From long range.
Screen left coming. Screen left coming. Screen left.
Here's CP3. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. To Porter. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's the length at his spot for Otto Porter. Man on him, he still buries it.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Chance for Paul. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Paul to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper misses. The follow won't go either. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Porter here against Harden. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not easy.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
It's Paul for two. No good. To Levine. 4-3. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Chance for Chris Paul. No good. No daylight. Great defense. Levine. To Porter. And count the basket inside.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Here comes the screen. Here's CP3. Jumper's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Houston with the basketball to Harden. They work it to Capella. Down low. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Porter. Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot. He hits.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Beyond the arc for three. He was all over him. Paul with it up top. Down a bundle.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
James Harden trying to cash in. Rebound taken down by Markkanen.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Has a look. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Harden to Fareed. Capella. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Knocked loose. For three, tough shot for Markkanen. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Wendell Carter. And a putback slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Curling inside. Short jumper off the mark. To Markkanen. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Fareed defended by the former Hoya. Chicago with the possession. Now the Bulls will take the timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter.
Well, first off, energy and persistence conquer all things. But look at the way they're setting screens. Look at the way they're communicating.
For the Houston Rockets, number 13, James Harden.
Harden to P.J. Tucker.
Number 8, Zach LaVine.
Whoa, what a finish.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Fires the 3. That's good D. Shot no good. To Harden. To P.J. Tucker. Capella down low. Off the mark. Fires the 3. Textbook defense.
I got it. I got it.
To Harden. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Zach LaVine.
Double.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Harden. Oh, he had him there for a second. 2-point shot for James Harden. That's no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Capella. Down low for Tucker. Nice pass to set things up.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
From long range, he engulfed him that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Going to launch, beyond the arc, buries it on the catch and shoot.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Missed a wide open look.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Here we go. My ball. Here we go. I got it.
And strokes it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be creative. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Message received. Well defended. To Harden. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
To Harden. Shot from the lane won't go. Lopez. Trying to cash in. And the rebound pulled in by Capella. Oh, a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Number 6. That's his 4th personal foul. Team foul number 3. Chicago Bulls are in the penalty.
All by himself. creates his own shot there.
Good shot.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
To P.J. Tucker. Deep left corner. Harden. Misfires. It's no good. 4-3. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. You might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat them by 50, beat them by 50. If you want to beat them by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Harden. It's Carter with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
James Harden at the controls. Here's a chance from long range. Jay, you had to figure sooner or later one of those threes was going to go down.
I don't know. I'm a little bit beside myself that he kept shooting the ball at that clip. I mean, when you miss that many shots in a row, you usually try to get to the rim, see the ball go in, then go inside out. But obviously, that's not the case.
Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Can't connect. Deep three at the buzzer. The Bulls take this one as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to EA Sports.
The Bulls came away with the victory in this one. And see y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.